How to tell if someone is lying to you. Someone is telling you a story. They're looking you in the eye. Their voice sounds calm. Everything seems fine, but something feels off. You can't explain it. You just know something isn't right. That feeling isn't paranoia. It's your brain picking up on signals your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. Detecting deception is one of the oldest survival skills humans have. And while no single sign proves someone is lying, certain patterns appear again and again. Once you know what to look for, you can't unsee it. Here's the thing about lying. It's cognitively exhausting. When you tell the truth, your brain retrieves a memory. When you lie, your brain has to construct a story, keep it consistent, monitor your own body language, watch the other person's reaction, and suppress the truth all at the same time. That mental load leaks. Not always, obviously, but it leaks. In micro-expressions that flash for a fraction of a second. In sentence structure that changes slightly. In the body doing things the person didn't consciously decide to do. The signs aren't magic, they're just stress responses. And once you understand that, reading people becomes a lot clearer. There are 4 categories of signals. Used together, they paint a picture. 1. Language patterns. Liars tend to use more words than necessary. They over-explain things nobody asked about. They add unsolicited detail to make the story feel real. Watch for sentences like, "I would never do something like that," instead of just, "I didn't do it." The denial sounds rehearsed. Truthful people are usually more direct. Liars also distance themselves from the lie using language. Instead of "I," they say "that person" or "the situation." They unconsciously create space between themselves and what they're saying. And watch for what's missing. When someone leaves out specific time references, no at 3 p.m., no after lunch, it's often because they're constructing rather than remembering. 2. Behavioral changes. The most reliable signal isn't what someone does, it's when they change. Everyone has a baseline. Some people fidget normally. Some people are naturally still. The question is, are they behaving differently than usual right now? Common shifts include sudden stillness in someone who's usually expressive, the body locking down under stress, or the opposite, unusual restlessness in someone normally calm. Touching the face, neck, or mouth often increases when someone is uncomfortable. These aren't proof, they're signals worth noting. 3. Inconsistencies over time. Liars have to maintain a constructed story. Truth tellers don't. Ask the same question twice in a conversation, phrased differently, and watch what changes. Small details shift, the timeline moves. A truthful person usually gets more specific the second time. A liar often gets more vague. Also pay attention to emotional timing. Genuine emotion tends to arrive with the words. Performed emotion often comes slightly after, like the person remembered they were supposed to react. 4. The eyes and face. You've heard that liars avoid eye contact. That's only partially true. Some liars actually maintain intense eye contact because they've been told not to look away. What's more telling is unnatural blinking, either too much or suddenly very little. High cognitive load affects blink rate. Micro-expressions are harder to catch in real time, but they're real. A flash of contempt, fear, or disgust crossing someone's face for less than a second before they compose themselves. If you see an expression that doesn't match what they're saying, trust the flash, not the mask. Most people make 2 mistakes when trying to detect lies. The first is looking for one definitive sign. There isn't one. No single signal. Not eye contact, not fidgeting, not pausing. Proves deception on its own. You're looking for clusters. Multiple signals in context over time. The second mistake is ignoring baseline. You cannot read someone you don't know. Before you can detect deviation, you need to know what normal looks like for that person. The most dangerous liars are the ones who are calm under pressure by nature. Their baseline and their lie look identical. This is also why professional interrogators don't rely on gut feeling. They ask neutral questions first, questions they already know the answer to, just to establish a baseline. Then they move to the real questions and watch for shifts. The truth is, most people are not good liars, and most people are not good lie detectors either. Not because the signals aren't there, but because we're not paying the right kind of attention. Start by establishing baselines. Watch for clusters of signals, not single signs. And trust those flashes, the micro expressions, the split second reactions, more than the composed story someone presents.